Hey, sister. Hey, sister. I'm dropping the link. Listen, we was up so late last night. Oh my God. Let me see.
Wanting to know, how do they get past the fact that their husband has fathered a child outside of their marriage? I can't even lie to you. That is a hard pill to swallow. The amount of pain and hurt that comes with that, I can't even pretend to know how you feel. But I will say this, and listen to
We
me
riding
clearly.
at dawn.
This is not my advice. This is not me
We are riding at dawn.
telling you what to do or what not to do. This is simply from my experience from meeting with couple after couple after couple, and especially those who have experienced the same thing, what the outcome generally is or what it can be. So I'll say this. Before the child even came into existence, there was problems in your relationship. Okay? Whether you admit to it or not, there were problems in your relationship. The problem may have been that you never gotten a chance to really know who this man is. You never gotten a chance to really assess whether or not he will be a good husband for you, a good boyfriend for you, or a good father to your child. He is doing exactly something that he's always been doing, something that he's always been getting away with, but he got caught. But the problem is how do you bear it, especially when you are married to this man?
Okay.
That's a tough
Okay.
question and a hard pill to swallow. Do you stay? Do you leave? Do you deny the child? Do you allow your child to interact with the child? Do you build a relationship with the mother of the other child? All of these thoughts are going to fly through your head. And to tell you the truth, there is no right or wrong answer. It's more a matter of what are you comfortable with besides the anger? Okay, you have to move the anger to the side when you get yourself to that place. What would I suggest? Naturally, I'm going to say to you the best thing to do is get into therapy so you can work through those feelings. That is the best thing to do. And if you have the right therapist, they can help you work through those kind of feelings. They can help you get those things under wrap, under control. I got that. But what happens when you pass that? How do you respond? Well, I'll tell you this. You respond in a manner that you're comfortable with. You can't listen to your girlfriends. You can't listen to your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, your coworker. Those people don't have to live in your relationship. They don't.
So I guess y'all can't listen to me when I say we ride at dawn. When I say we ride at dawn, let's go get them. We riding at dawn. I'm just saying.
Have to wake up and go to sleep with the man that cheated on you and had a child outside of your marriage. They don't have to deal with that. They don't have to watch the child when he wants family time with his child, which he should be doing because he fathered a child and the child didn't ask to be here. So neither you or him or the mother of the child should take it out on the child. That's just not fair. They don't have to be in your life when you have to deal with child support and how now your husband's, oh my God, your husband's wages are being garnished to pay for a child that he created when married with you.
Fair
It
use.
just goes on
Thank
and
you.
on and on. And you know what? Truthfully, some people make it through this relationship. Some people stay in this kind of relationship and have a healthy one. Yes, the hurt and pain is there. And that's why you see a therapist. That's why you work through your feelings so you can get past the hurt and the pain and begin to make rational decisions And some people actually leave the relationship because when they really clear through all the smoke, the child is just a smoke screen. When they really clear through all of that, they really start to see their relationship for what it really was. Not everything is peachy cream. Not everything is cute and fun and without problems. People really have to start looking at it. Again, there's no right or wrong answer on how you handle that situation. The right thing I would say is to get yourself into therapy, get yourself into some counseling, start to relieve yourself of all the hurt, the pain, the mistrust, the distrust.
Nikki, I dropped the link already because I am so excited to hear your story, girl. So I am ready for you to come up. I really want to hear your story. So anybody that dealt in a relationship where your man went outside of the relationship, if he cheated on you, if he lived a double life and you ain't know about the double life, this is our opportunity to come together, to heal, to help each other grow, right? To identify red flags, just to help each other as women. So I encourage you to, I'm gonna drop the link one more time while this playing.
Trust and everything else that happens. Start to relieve yourself of that and before you make a decision. But that's a hard pill to swallow. I really every circumstance is different. I, for one, I guess my opinion doesn't matter, but put it this way, whatever decision you make you with a clear mind
Hey, sister.
and from an untainted heart. That's what I would say. It's not important what
I like that. A clear heart and an let me bring that back just a little bit. I like that. I like that.
decision you make you with a clear mind and from an untainted heart. That's what I
Untainted. So basically, she's saying when I say let's ride at dawn, let's go get them. She's saying she wouldn't do that.
would say. It's not important what I would do. It's important what you feel comfortable with. Until next time, I'll speak to you then. Ciao and good night.
So
perhaps you know me as the king.
I mean, me personally, I'm telling you right now. Okay, so my ex-husband, hint on the ex, you know what I mean? So I remember this girl said she was pregnant from him, right? And he was like, well, I accepted you and you already had kids. You just have to accept this one. And I was like, it's not the same. It's one thing, like when a man comes into a relationship with kids, of course, you accept whatever's his and he accept whatever's yours, and y'all put y'all kids together and you make it work, right? But you can't go outside of us and then make a relationship and then tell me I have to accept this outside kid. Like, it don't work like that. And being a stepmom is a choice to a kid that's made on your watch. I always say if you're gonna mistreat the child, it's just best that you leave. It's no need to stay if you're going to mistreat the child. Like, what's the whole purpose of staying if you're going to mistreat the child? Like, I have seen that up close and I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have seen family members who have kids outside of the relationship and they kids treat that outside kid like crap. You know what I mean? And that's not fair to the kid because the kid didn't ask to come here. You know what I mean? It's not the kid's fault that they're here. So it's like, I don't know. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like if you can't accept the child that your boyfriend or your husband had made, if you cannot accept that child, then you need to leave. Like, you literally need to leave that relationship. You need to leave because it's no need of being a horrible stepmom to a kid that didn't even ask to come here. Like, it's not even that kid's fault that they're here. And you are a horrible stepmom by choice. It's not like it's by force. It is by choice that you chose to stay with him. You the one chose not to leave, but you choose to treat these kids as if they're less than who you are. You know what I'm saying? They're less than you, or your kids are better. Your kids are disrespectful to their new brother or sister. Like, what's the whole purpose of staying if you're not going to love the kid as if the kid is yours? I don't get it. Nikki,
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please shed some light on the story because I am so ready to get your story, Sister Light. I am so ready to hear it. Like I said, it's, bitch, I ride at dawn. What's up? You want to ride? Like, whatever decisions that's made. I'm a supportive person. You know what I'm saying? If we loving the baby, we loving the baby. If we riding at dawn to beat up the baby daddy and the mama when she had a baby, hit me up. I'm there. But I'm so ready to hear your story, sister. I'm sorry it happened to you, but I'm so growth is, I just think it's an opportunity for everybody to grow. I always say that life doesn't come with directions. So life will throw you curveballs. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure will.
it's up to you on how you accept it and how you take it. Like, I know when I was 20, if that would have happened, I was like, I told my husband at that time, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, that's not how this works. I'm not putting up with that. But my husband that I have now, I don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't know what your decision would be unless you're actually in that predicament. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I am very curious. I want to know how long y'all was together. Don't leave that out the story. Like, what year y'all was on together before it happened. After it happened, you in the mama relationship, like you and the kid. I want to know, like, give us all the details, Nikki. Don't leave nothing out. If you do, I'm gonna ask some questions. So I'm gonna let you
Yeah, you
have
can
it.
ask.
Okay.
Okay. So I call my story young and dumb because I was in my early 20s. Um, when I met this guy, I was in the hospital. He worked there. So no matter how you in the hospital, what your sickness or illness is, them niggas don't care. So when I first uh started dating him, he had a 5-year-old daughter, which was cool with me because she's 5. She's not like y'all not sharing intimate moments with
Right.
parents. So um, that was nothing. Uh, his heart, his baby mother was not properly taking care of the little girl to the point where the teacher sent her home with a note saying she smelled. So when I seen that he was putting deodorant on her, I said, "Wait, she's only 5. Why she got teen spirit?" And so that's when he let me know, and I said, "No, no, no, no. I'm gonna fix that. If a person bathes every day, she's a little kid. She needs to bathe every day."
Right.
I taught the little girl how to bathe properly, how to lotion up, stuff like that. I mean, it was to the point one time when I was getting her dressed, well, had her clothes out and stuff. She picked up her used panties and was about to put them on. So I said, "No, you can't put those back on. Those go in the dirty clothes." So she was like, "But they don't have nothing on it." So quickly in my mind, I'm like, "Why the fuck would something be on a 5-year-old panties?"
Listen, that is literally what I'm thinking right now. That is literally what I'm thinking right now. Is that something her mom taught her?
I don't know.
Because
But
that
what I
right
do
there
know is that
alone
the
is
mother
something
ain't
learned.
showered properly either.
That is something learned. That ain't nothing taught. That is something that's learned.
Right, right.
Okay.
So that's just a little uh synopsis on me and his first daughter's relationship. Actually, one when I met her one time, like for the first time, and then I pulled up at his house to pick him up because he was going somewhere. And she stood up. She was sitting on the porch with her friends, and she was like, "That's my new mommy." And I quickly deaded that. I'm like, "You should never call somebody else your mother. You have your own mother. You know, I'm not trying to take her place. However, I'm going like." Like her hair and everything stayed flawless because of me, only because of me. Now, skip to about 3.5 years later. Um, mm, he like okay, so I'm the type when my man hang out with his boys or anything like that. Like I'm not calling you. Like have fun, you know. So he went by. Okay, this is the story he told me. He went by his boy house. They was watching the game. They was drinking beers or whatever. I didn't even know he drank because I didn't like drinkers. So the girl, the new girl was there. They made a bet of who could get old girl. So he won the bet and had sex with her in the bathroom.
It was just that easy.
That easy. Just that easy. And honestly, after meeting her, I believed the story. Cause I'm the type that if I ask the questions, tell me because I can handle it. Like slap me in my face with the truth. I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want my man lying to me. Cause if a girl walk up to me, I want to be able to I want to be able to finish her sentence. Like, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, he told me about that. You know, like I don't want no surprises. So, I remember we was at the auto mechanic shop getting my car was getting fixed, and me and him was already fussing. So he dropped the bomb on me that the girl was pregnant. Oh, girl was pregnant. Um, and it hurt it. I cried. We went through our stuff, and but I decided to stay with him. So I noticed throughout the weeks and months, like, yo, do old girl go to the doctor or anything? And he was like, yeah.
Well,
And
was
I'm
this
like,
her
well, why
first
the hell
pregnancy?
you ain't? Huh?
Was this her first pregnancy?
Hell no. Yeah. No.
I was icing for
Not
a
at
friend.
all.
Leah wanted no. I was icing for a friend. I was literally icing for a friend. Um,
Leah, no. It wasn't hers. So so I said, well, why you not going to the doctor with her? Because my thing is like, I don't know why, but I care about the next woman. It's kind of like shit. If I'm in this predicament, I, most women don't care about the next female. Even if you call a woman, they'll be like, "Don't talk to me. Talk to your man." No, I'm gonna tell you what you need, to, what you want to hear. So I said, "Well, why you not going to the doctor with her?" And he was like, "Nah." Like he was scared to be involved because he thought he was going to lose me. But
you
I'm like,
see
nah, you made this bed. You need to lay in it.
exactly.
Like, go to the doctor. Be, I knew he was going to be a father because he's a great he was a great father to his daughter. So anyway, skip to the baby come. Now I'm not gonna lie. On the day she went into labor, he was at work and he told me, and something clicked in me. I don't know why, when, how. I drove to his job and I was about to bust all his windows. Like I don't know what it was. I knew that he needed to
That
be
hurt.
there
That hurt just
to
kicked in. It just
it.
kicked
I think
in.
it all bottled up because
Yep.
like it was like, oh damn, now it's
You was
really
being
about
a
to
bigger
be for
person.
real.
You was being a bigger person, and then because even in being a bigger person, we're still human at the same time, and that was just a human
Yeah,
emotion. That's all it was. It was a human emotion. At
yeah.
the
But see, the thing that stopped me from busting his windows and stuff because I don't like I don't what's the word? Attention. Like I don't like to be on blast and none of that. And plus I ain't want to go to jail. So he went, she had the baby, blah blah blah. So the first time he gets the baby, I said, bring her over here. I want to see her, because I love the thing with me, I love the nature and part of the baby. Like I love babies when you have to bathe them, change them, feed them, rock them. I love all of that part. When they start walking and talking, it's not all right, you go home now. But so he brought her over, right? Actually, I'm sorry, this is like the second time he brought her over. She wasn't a big crier, at least not with me. But she wasn't a big crier. But this particular night, she was crying. We know, I knew, he knew why she was crying. Her pacifier fell under my bed, and for some reason, we just could not find it. So after looking for a while, she's crying the whole time. So I said, well, let me go make her a bottle. So I go to my kitchen, I make her a bottle. As I'm walking, he's laying on his back and he has her on his chest. But she's just getting louder and louder. So I'm trying to hurry up. And so as I'm walking back into my room, he gets frustrated and push her off of him. And she rolled and I caught her before she hit the floor. So, whoo, Lord, I was ready to go to jail that night. It wasn't even my baby, but that not in my presence. What the hell? So, of course, I had a problem with my hands, and I beat him up, and I kicked him out, and I even told him, "What you gonna do? I don't trust you with her. So what you're gonna do is bring her here. When you pick her up from my mama house, you bringing her here, straight here." And that's how it went for like
So let me let
months.
me let me ask you a question right here. Did you ever meet the mom like while she was pregnant? Like, did y'all ever have a
No,
conversation?
mm-mm, no. I think if I would have pushed the issue, then yeah. But I'm just like, she don't like. She already, they wasn't together. She already knew. Like, I don't know. I just no. It was just for me. Like I said, I always care about the next woman. So I'm like, she's pregnant. I don't need to. You know what I mean? Like, upset her. So I let her be. Now, when the baby was born, it got to a point where she didn't know the baby was coming to my house, nor did she care. Like when he got her, that was, I'm sorry, but she, ooh, she was. I can't say she was a Christian because when she would be pregnant, she wasn't doing drugs or nothing. But she's similar. So one day, I had the baby and I took her over to my niece's house and she just wasn't looking right to me. Like she was a little coughing and stuff like that. So I had called him and I'm like, I think you need to take her to the doctor or the hospital or whatever. She wasn't running a fever, but she did have asthma. So I'm like, yeah. So after that part, I that's when I was telling him like, yo, I need to meet the mother because I don't want to have to go through you to tell her something wrong with her baby. Like,
Right.
cause you ain't shit. Like, like no. Well, this is a woman thing right here. Y'all men act like y'all don't know anything. So I need to contact her when I have her child. So, me and her could communicate. But he kept trying to like push it away or whatever like that. Like it was to the point, or even on my birthday, I had the baby and I took her to the park and stuff like that. Like she was only
Do you
months old.
think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that he was still low key dealing with her or low key messing with her? Do you think that they still had something going on because he didn't want to y'all to have that conversation or that meeting? You think it was something between them?
It might have been. Honestly, I didn't care. Like I lost feelings for him, so I didn't care. My thing was what was holding me was the baby.
Okay.
Like. So so there was one day she was at least probably like 10, 11 months. And the only time he would have her during the weekend is if I went to the hospital. And I think I went to the hospital at least once or twice throughout that time. Because I used to go in the hospital a lot back then. So I said to him, I'm not dropping her off to you. I want to drop her off to her mother. This is the only way you're going to get her. Point blank, period. So
Right.
he was like, all right. So I talked to the mother on the phone. She told me where she lived. And I brought the baby over there. And I told her, like, I'm the one that's been having her. And she was like, huh? She didn't know. So we sat at her table, or I sat on the edge of the chair because when I left there, I had to take a shower. Whew, that house was disgusting. But we had a long conversation, and she told me about like a fight or two that she had with him that I knew nothing about. So yeah, he possibly was sleeping with her. But as I'm talking to her, she is at least 7 months pregnant.
Again,
Mind you, yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
by somebody else. Yes. And she as I'm sitting there, she was like, my baby father won't answer his phone. She's like, he act like he's scared to have sex with me while I'm pregnant. He could at least come over and teabag me. That's the first time I heard about teabag. I said, what the hell
Wait,
is
what
teabag?
is that?
She was like,
I don't know what that
she
means.
listen, she said when a man drop their balls in your face. So I said, well, what kind of pleasure is that? Like what you talking about you want to give him a hand or something? Like, girl, I can't deal with the rapticity. So we talked, whatever. We was cool. And then I ended up
Wait,
moving.
wait, wait,
Um,
wait. Go back. She said he can at
uh-huh.
least come over and teabag me. That what
Yep.
she said?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And all her kids got different fathers. Well, I think the little baby made her third child. So she was on her fourth,
Nikki,
and they were
listen,
all different
you know,
fathers.
all my kids got different dads except my twins, because they're,
Right.
but all my kids got different fathers too. Which okay, so to say that, the crazy thing is when it came to my twins, we had sex one time, and I hadn't had sex throughout my whole pregnancy with Amber. After I had my baby, I go out and have sex one time and got pregnant again. Like it was just like, what the fuck is in the water? You know what I mean? Like, what is in the water? Because I felt
It's
like
not
every
in the
time
water,
I
it's
had
in the
sex,
penis.
every time I had sex, I got pregnant, and it was like, what is in the water? You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is me and my
Yeah.
husband, we divorced because he wanted kids and I wasn't getting pregnant. And so he kept telling me, well, that doctor don't know what they're talking about. Go to a different doctor. And I kept going to all of these different doctors. And they was like, it's nothing wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with you. Like, when is he going to come and get checked to see, you know what I mean? Like, if something is wrong with him,
Hmm.
which I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Everybody say take the picture. But I
Lord, don't start her up, Simone.
listen, that's so funny to me. But I don't know. I wasn't getting pregnant. And if you can like tell, we literally throughout my whole marriage, when we first got together, I had 2 kids. Throughout my whole marriage, no kids. Soon as we got separated, girl, all my kids right after the next. You see what I'm saying? But anyway,
Oh
I
wow.
just wanted to insert that. Like, I just when you say all her kids by different people, I just I ain't I wasn't no thought. You know what I mean? But my kids do got different daddies. It be what it be.
Can I
Any
ask a
discussion?
question?
So wait 1 second. Let me just finish real quick. I when I say I was taking care of her, the baby, I've never spent my money. Like everything came out of his pockets. And that was partial, I'm not gonna lie. And I had to admit this as I got older and realized it. I dealt with, I think I dealt with that situation because in that hospital stay where I met him, I was told I couldn't work anymore because I had blood clots in my legs. I couldn't walk. My legs were swollen like elephants. Had to learn to walk again. All this stuff.
Oh,
So I was in a very dark place because I've always wanted to work, but I always knew that my health was in the way, but I still was trying to fight through it. Um,
What
so
about
I
the
feel
other
like
baby?
I
Was,
kept,
did you have both
huh?
of them girls together? What about his other daughter? Like, did you still have a relationship?
Sometimes I would have, yeah, yeah. So, um, so I think my thing was I stayed because of my now I didn't think nobody else wanted me because I couldn't even walk to the corner store. So without people wanting me, so I knew I was fine. However, I felt like I wanted his money. His money was like really helping me. So I think that's one of the reasons why I stayed. But as far as his first daughter, I like to keep kids growing up together, especially if they're cousins and stuff like that. So I would have little slumber parties. Now this is the thing with my youngest niece, she's the one I'm the closest with. So I always can get her. Even if my mother got her on punishment, I can go get her. So I would have a slumber party with his daughter, his first daughter, and my niece and my other nieces and my little cousin, stuff like that. And I would tell them or and teach them like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit around and talk about her because they would talk about his daughter and her hygiene and stuff like that. But I was teaching my niece like even when people are talking about people by you laughing, you're condoning it. Don't ever let me catch you doing that. But
Right.
I would get on them all the time, and then it came to a point where they were like, uh, my niece called me Titi because she half Hispanic. So she's like, Titi, there was some stuff in her panties, and the other family members were her cousins, and them were laughing at her. Cause I told her to tell me the truth. I don't care what it is. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to yell at them. You know what I mean? Because they are just being kids. Kids can be evil as hell. But I had to sit them down and tell them that's not cute. That's not funny at all. But I just wanted to get to the end, the point of like, what's wrong? Like, what is wrong down there with her? And I used to always tell him, take her to the doctor. And it's like he would just ignore it. I couldn't, now that's something I couldn't step in and do. Not at all. I could not.
You know
So,
what I learned? I learned that babies and little girls have yeast infection. I didn't ever know that, right? Until one
yeah,
of my daughters
but it
told me.
wasn't, this was colorful stuff. Like, it was a color. One time it was black. What is going on? I said, this is type of stuff that happened to people that's having sex. What's going on? Like,
Do you think
ooh, I didn't
somebody was
understand it. I don't
touching her?
understand it to this day.
You think somebody ever touched her?
I asked him that too, and I blamed him at one point, as mad as I was, because I didn't know how or I didn't know what angle to come at him. I tried the talking, I tried uh the threatening, I tried the arguing. Take her to the doctor. What is wrong? I knew a mama wasn't gonna do it. So that's the end of my story.
Do you
well, can I
feel
ask you a question, Nikki? First of
okay?
all,
I'm
Yeah.
going next. I got a question after you. Go ahead. Go
first
ahead.
of all, I want to say hi to everybody. Hi,
Hey,
everybody that's saying hi to
Jackie.
me. Happy Saturday to everybody. Now, my question is, when you had his baby,
Uh-huh.
when you looked at the baby, you didn't have no feeling like, dang, he made this baby on me. That never crossed your
Not
mind?
never. It never crossed my mind. Like I said, the only time I flipped out is when she went into labor.
Right.
Yeah, only that. I never ever no, I loved her like my own.
So
It
I
didn't.
asked you
I don't
that
know. I think I
because,
removed myself.
well, I asked you that because something similar happened to me. My son's father had a
Uh-huh.
baby with another woman. We were pregnant at the same time. And I just couldn't, I don't know if it was because I was pregnant, you feel me? Because you know your
Mm-hmm.
emotions is intensified, or if it was just me being stubborn. I don't know, but I couldn't get past it. And when I tell you I couldn't get past it, I just felt like that's his responsibility. It's for him to make sure that his children see each other, his children participate
Yeah.
with his family. And so I didn't do anything. And it wasn't until my son got in high school I started asking him questions like, do you talk to your sister? Have you
Mm-hmm.
reached out? Have your dad introduced you to your sister? Because he has a right to know.
Right.
But
Right.
it really didn't have anything to do with me. And I was pissed. I
Right.
felt like he was playing games not only with me, but with her as well. You understand what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
I just felt like the best thing for me to do was just to remove me and my children out of that situation. And if you get your stuff together and you want to come and get your child and take your child over to the to see his sister or whatever, that's on
Mm-hmm.
y'all. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
now my son is grown, his sister is grown, and she gives me more respect than she gives her own father.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know, like for me, my kids got other sisters and brothers, right, with they
Right,
on their dad's side,
right,
and like with my daughter, her brothers, they be like, "Mom," and even with my oldest son, he got brothers on his daddy's side, and they be like, "Mom, this and this and that." Like them kids don't live with me; they be at my
right.
house. It's just like they call me mom. I call them my sons or my daughters, whichever gender. You know what I mean? It's just I love the kids. You know what I'm
And
saying?
guess what else, Miss Parker, when you brought that up? Till this day, I still say, oh, that's Tyree's sister. To this day, I still be
Yeah,
like, I mean, I don't have no animosity towards her. When we have events and things, she comes and she brings her daughter and I make her feel welcome. But at the end of the day, that's Tyree's sister. That's not my child. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I just feel like these men, they get away with a lot of stuff because we as women
Yeah.
allow them to. They know the
Right.
buttons
Yeah.
that they can push and they
Mm-hmm.
prey on our feelings and our emotions. And the fact, like Nikki
Mm-hmm.
said, she felt like she was in a down moment and nobody was really going to want to be with her. I feel like he played upon that. Because if you're keeping it real, she shouldn't never have to even ask to meet your baby's mom. He should have set that up. This is my woman.
Yeah.
This is my baby's mom. She's going to have the baby. I got to work or whatever go on.
Listen, I remember one of my kids' dad. He wanted me. His girlfriend wanted me to go through her to talk to him. Like, oh, you can just call me,
Mm-hmm.
call you not, bitch, because you was
Right,
nowhere there when
right.
we had my baby, and
Right.
Dig it.
you're after me. You're not before me, baby girl.
Right.
You're after me. I shouldn't have to go through you. And I thought that was just so strange. How do y'all feel about? Let me ask y'all a question because I really want to know y'all opinion on this. Right? How do y'all feel about a woman who is married to a man who literally keep the man but don't accept the child?
I think that's I think that's messed up. I was about to cuss, but
I mean,
I don't like it.
I'm sorry, Nikki. Go ahead.
I don't like it because the thing is, if you could accept him and what he did, that child, and he's the one that owes you the loyalty. That child don't owe you nothing, and they didn't ask to be here, and they can't help the circumstances that you the I'm sorry. I'm damn troubling on my words. They don't have nothing to do with how they got here. So I don't like it. And it's
Well,
like if you
I'll
could treat the
say,
kid bad, then you need to get rid of him too.
well, I feel like what Nikki said has some truth in it. But the flip side of that coin is, if that's going to bother you and you was there before the baby, a lot of women are not going to give up their man. You know what I'm saying? And emotions is high running on that situation. So it would depend on the person, I feel like, and what they feel like they can withstand in that relationship. And I do agree with Nikki.
Right.
If you can't accept the baby, because the baby is now a part of him. So if you can't accept the baby, you should get rid of him. And I got rid of Maz. It wasn't an easy journey. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of arguments, a lot of fights, a lot of disagree, a lot of my kids and your kids, and again, I just feel like if you would have been accountable, if he would have just said this one day, okay, me and my girl's going through whatever, I'm going to step out on my girl, but I'm not going to have a baby. We could have perhaps worked that out. But for
Right.
you to just say, forget me, forget my feelings, and I got to keep seeing this child, that's a constant reminder that you cheated on me. I can't deal with it. I just can't. And so I removed myself out of the situation. And at the time, my children were young, so they got removed out of the situation. As they got older,
Mhm.
I did tell my children, these are your family members.
Mhm.
So it's going to be different, I feel like, for everybody. I don't think there's a right or a wrong, because you should never put somebody else's feelings and emotions over your own. You have to
Yeah.
do what's best for you. So if,
Yeah.
if you can sit there and say, well, I can deal with this, and that's just the child, and I'm just gonna let the child come over here because I'm cool with that. Me and my man's gonna work that out. That's cool. And if you feel like, no, I can't take it, I'm gonna be calling this child out, disrespecting this child, and we're gonna have arguments, and my house is gonna be in an uproar, then walk away from it. Do what's best for
Mhm.
you. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think okay, so let me ask you this. What about the wife, right? So the husband go outside, he have kids with an outside person. The wife don't like the kid. She literally her kid, because see, this is the thing. For me, I think that the children, they pick up on what their mama feel. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff
Right.
is fed to children. You see what I'm saying? So they wouldn't necessarily
Mhm.
feel a certain type of way if the mother wasn't bad mouthing that little boy or the little girl around the kids and making the
Right.
kids not like their sibling. You see what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get that. I get that. But again, emotions is high. Like there's some people that their emotions control how they respond, how they react. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say, when I was younger, when you had these problems, your parents told you to sit down and talk, or count to 10, take a minute, breathe before you respond, and all of that good stuff, which we know these kids aren't being taught today. So if a person don't have a reality check with themselves, they can't G check themselves, then their
Yeah.
emotions is going to be different. I be around a lot of people in today's society that be like, F them kids. Them ain't my kid. When I was growing up, if one person on the block cooked out, everybody had a hot dog. You might not have got ribs and all of that, but you at least got a hot dog. Now these women are saying, those ain't my kids. There's people that these people's kids live with, and they give their kids steak and eggs and give these other babies oodles and noodles.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And that's
Ain't doing
because
that.
deep down inside, they feel some type of way. So then they come back and say, well, I still fed your child. Like, excuse me, it's unfair. All of that shit's unfair. If you can't accept the child and treat the child the same exact way that you would treat your
Right.
own, you have to let that go. And you may need to take time and heal from your situation, because people don't do that either. They do not heal. They leave one relationship and jump into another relationship, then leave that relationship and jump into another relationship. So now you're
I don't like that. I don't like
three
that.
you're carrying three different emotions into one
Mm-mm.
a whole brand new relationship.
Yeah,
So my
I believe you
my
got to be healed.
my thing is I have jumped from one to the other to the other. It doesn't bother me. It's like that's old news. I'm with the new news. Old news don't. The old news exists because was a part of my life. However, nah, like it really doesn't roll over. I don't know.
Well,
I told you
well,
I'm
Nikki,
different.
I think with you, see, the difference is well, I think what the difference is, and I think what she's saying is, it's different if you're going from one relationship to the next, if you have healed from that relationship. But it's one thing when you are broken and that relationship have destroyed you, and you're broken and you're taking this trauma into your next relationship. Like that's just like women
Yeah.
or
No, I
men who
don't do
have
that.
trust issues because the last person they was with, they cheated on them. Well, I didn't cheat on you, so you're not trusting me, has nothing to do with me. You're not fully healed from the last
Right.
relationship. So I think that's what she's saying, and I think that's the difference. I think that, Nikki, when you go to another relationship, you have literally healed from whatever, and you have cut it off with that, and you're on to the next because you're not leaving or bringing in baggage to the new relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's different. It's one thing
Yeah.
to be broken
I
and he cheated on you and your heart is hurting and you broken, and then you go to the next
yeah.
relationship and you carrying all of that. That's different. You know what I mean?
My
Special
thing
K, I
is
dropped
towards
the
the
link just
end.
in case you want to come up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki.
My thing is towards the end. I already mentally checked out. Like I already check out, and so it's like, all right, bye.
But what I'm
Like
saying
nothing matters
also
anymore.
is, it may not be the female, it may be the male. You understand what I'm saying? Even though you had
Yeah.
emotionally checked out, he was still playing games. He didn't even tell his baby's mom that my girl got the baby.
Right.
You had to press that issue. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like, why is he keeping that a big secret?
Right.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
know why, and I know why. I knew why, and I know why because
Right.
it's just I didn't care. But I'm so honest and straightforward to where that's when Black Planet was out. And
Like,
I would literally text them like I'm going on a date with somebody because I didn't care no more. And I would go on dates.
wait, say that again. Nikki, you when who was out?
I said because of how honest and straightforward I am. Like when Black Planet, remember Black Planet website?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I used to meet guys on there and go on dates, and I would tell him.
Okay.
So see,
I was like, "Oh, I'm going on a date tonight."
my thing
Yeah, like
be,
Tell my
what?
dog.
my thing be, I give you enough rope to hang yourself. And once you
Right,
hang yourself, there is no coming back from that. Because I'm a
Right,
giver, I'm a nurturer. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm
right,
going to give regardless. You feel me? I
right.
had to learn that you just don't keep giving when a person just keep taking and taking and taking and not reciprocating that energy back to you. So once I learned that, I stand on 10 toes on that. I give you the same energy that you give me. If you go out and make a baby and want to play and all of that, I let you have that. You know what I
Because when
mean?
I do it, it ain't gonna be nice.
And not only that, I'm not talking to no woman about anything. I'm not talking to her, man. You don't have nothing to talk about, sis. Listen, you have your relationship with him, and I have my relationship with him. When he was over here, he was telling me ABC. When he got over there to you, he was telling you XYZ. In the middle, when everything was cool, you was not calling me. So don't call me now when there's issues and problems. I ain't with that. Call that nigga. Where he at? What's his number?
Yeah.
555-1212. Call that nigga.
I'm sorry.
I don't got no
I'm
words for
sorry.
you, sis.
I'm sorry, but it's funny. I am so sorry, but it is funny. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like for me, I know when my ex-husband told me that the girl was pregnant, and he just assumed like I literally had to accept this baby. Like he was like, "Well, I accepted your two," and I was like, "Wait a minute." Kids before we got in this relationship. So what are you talking about? Like, yeah, you accept my kids because you had to accept them, you and me. But what you're not gonna do is go out here and make another baby and then tell me I gotta accept this child. Nigga, if you in that baby, in the baby mama. What
Right.
part of that you didn't understand? Like I refuse, ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me. I don't nigga, you see, you gotta be a big person. I ain't big. Shit, I'm not that person. You like one of them Michelle Obamas, you know, when they go low, you go high. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that
Oh no
person.
no
When
no
they
hell
go
I
low,
ain't.
I'm taking that
Oh
shit to the
no.
floor. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it to the floor. Ain't doing it. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
no. I'm going to hell in gasoline draws before I go high. No, I ain't one of them low. No. No, no,
I'm just
no.
saying, like, you
I just
handle
think it's
it
different
better
with
with
how
the
I
kid
deal
than
with.
me. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying the way that you handled it with that baby, I wouldn't have been able to handle it like that. You literally did you was the bigger person. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm not.
I guess I think it was a dumb. I think I was just young and dumb,
Listen,
dealing with stuff that I
I'm going
didn't
to
have
hell.
to deal with.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to hell, and it
With
depends on how many
gasoline
months.
draws on.
It depends on how many months she was. Baby, I would have been over there trying to drag her. Would have. It just depends on how many months she was. Would
Why? It's not her fault.
it's just
Now
love.
wait.
Just love. I'm
Wait a
telling you.
minute. Why is it her fault though? He owes the loyalty, not her.
He did. He did.
And
And
if
you
he
know
didn't
what?
inform her about you, then she
It
not
ain't
your
her
friend.
fault. But guess what? She gonna catch these hands.
It's gonna be her repercussions.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
my
no, that's
reputation.
what I'm not gonna
Listen,
do.
she definitely
We
gonna
we
catch.
could if anything we could jump him, but before I jump on her, unless she comes disrespectful,
Listen,
like
I'm
his first baby mother, I jumped through the car window and beat her
see what I'm saying?
because she pulled
I'm
up
just
at my house. Like
listen.
she argued on the phone and then she pulled up. And one thing I'm not gonna do is argue in front of my house. Like you are here.
But let me ask you a
So
question.
and
Why do
then
you
we
think?
just argue. I'm not talking.
But let me just ask
I'm
you a
not talking
question,
anymore.
Nikki. Why do you think that she felt like
Hmm.
she had the power to come to your house and address you?
Okay, so with his first baby mother, once I seen her, I said, "Oh snap! My aunt used to date her father." and for years, but I never knew he had a daughter.
Okay.
So, like I said, I try to always respect the other woman. So I had talked with her, and I'm like, "Yo, are you still dealing with him?" Like, cause me and her never been friends or nothing, so I don't owe her anything.
Right.
And basically, me and her had a conversation, and then it was go from there. So I don't understand why she thought she could push me like that,
Right.
but so as I was in, okay, so he had a grandmother who had an aide, a nurse aide,
Okay.
and they weren't properly taking care of his grandmother either. So I would come and help out or whatever. So as I'm sitting in his room, I done cleaned his grandmother up, put her in the bed and everything. It was daytime because she wanted to go to sleep, I guess. But I'm sitting in his room. Now his aunt was on my phone playing. Somehow I don't. God had to do this. I don't know. Maybe he didn't because my retaliation. He knew my retaliation. So when you would call his aunt, it will be calling me. It's like our phone lines got uh switched.
Okay.
So his baby mother was sitting on the porch. The little girl was out there riding her bike. She's sitting on the porch. The aunt had left. She had a party to go to, and she thought she was texting the aunt, and she was like, "Why you leave your friend here?" So I looked at the text and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I put my phone on the bed and I went out to the front door, and I was like, "Who are you talking to?" And she was like, "Oh no, I." So I came out and I stood in her face as she was sitting down. And I was like, why are you trying to be funny? Now, was I bothering you? And I was like, look at your daughter. Look how beautiful she looks. And that's on my accord. I said, you need to be thanking me. If anything ever came out your mouth about me, it should be a thank you. Then I said, wait, why am I talking? And I just punched her in the face.
You took
I
off
just
on them,
felt like,
Nikki?
yes, because why you being funny? Why you
That's
think
my
you about to
fault.
ha kiki with his aunt about me?
You
So
riding that gun.
cause my thing is when I'm ready to fight, I'm not doing a lot of talking. I need to reserve that energy, cause fights only last about 30 seconds. So the only thing I hated about doing that is the little girl seeing it. But I'm sorry. And then after that. I was yelling at her and I was like, you need to say thank you. She was like, thank you. Like she literally said thank you. I was like, oh no, this ain't fun no more. Like, cause you now want to beat up a punk. So it's just kind of like I'd have been like, didn't I tell you thank you?
I know that's why, honey. I'd
But
have been
that was
like,
the second
you
time we
better
fought.
tell that nigga to tell you thank you.
That part.
Right. Right. And both times when I fought her, once I see I made her bleed, I stop because it's kind of like, all right, Nikki, you're an animal. Cut it out. Like what? But
Take that
don't
picture.
ever pull up to somebody's house thinking they're gonna argue with you. If you argue with somebody in front of your house, bitch, you deserve to get slapped first. Like, you're not doing it.
I only argue with you if I care about you. I'm not going back and forth with you if I don't have, you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah,
And
yeah.
and
I'm talking
again,
about with an enemy.
and again, when it comes to the other woman, we don't got nothing to talk about, sis. I ain't promised you nothing. I ain't told you I was going to do a only way that I'm going to fight the other woman is if she my friend or something like that. Then I'm gonna tear her ass out the frame. You feel me? Other than that,
Yeah.
I don't listen. Don't ask me. He could be sitting right here. I don't know where that nigga is. Call him.
Nikki,
Uh,
Simone say how many times did you fight her?
Twice. I ain't. I'm not proud of it because people be like, y'all fighting over that nigga, and the girl be straight,
Everybody,
be so
I
quick
don't
to
know
be
why
like, I'm
people
not fighting over him, I'm fighting over her disrespecting me. No, no, no,
Over
no. We
principle.
were
Yep.
fighting over him because I would have never bumped into her if she would never be in my life if it wasn't because of him.
And
right.
So
that's what
now
I'm
after
saying.
this,
And
I'm gonna
that's what
beat
I'm
your
saying
ass
about
too.
your emotions. That's exactly what I'm saying about how your emotions take over. I ain't fighting about him. I'm fighting about now you
Mhm.
trying to be funny and smart and disrespect me.
No,
But
but that's the thing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, no, it is because of him.
it is because
Because
of
you
him.
starting with
Absolutely.
me over him.
If you
Absolutely.
get to the root of
So,
the problem, it is about him. We say it's about
right.
respect, but
Right.
if you
Yeah,
pull
no.
like the layers, it literally boiled down to him.
It's
You know what
about
I mean?
him.
Yep.
It's about
Because
him.
they wouldn't be in each
Absolutely.
other's lives if it wasn't because of him.
I think we have all done some. We have. I think we have all made like mistakes, silly mistakes. I think we have all made
Dumbass
that.
decisions.
Yeah, you know
Stop
what I'm
trying to
saying.
clean it up.
We have
Yeah.
all we have all taken a bum bite that didn't deserve to be in our presence. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Girl.
always say that life is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
all life lessons is testimony. You know what I'm saying? See, a test
Hmm.
always end up being a testimony. And sometimes when we be praying and say, God, please fix this relationship, because I know I ain't the only one. God, please fix this relationship. Please fix it. And he take that nigga and break y'all up. That was him fixing
Hmm.
it. The way he fixed
Right.
it may
Right.
have not been the way that you wanted. That's why people got to be careful about how they pray. You know what I'm saying? If you want that person in your life,
Yeah.
you better stop praying and saying, God, please fix it, because the fix may be a separation. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we have all made mistakes in our life that at our grown age now we look back and we be like, nigga, please. I wish you would
Right.
attempt
I
to
wouldn't dare deal with it again.
the way that you did back then. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Like right now, I wouldn't even find out you're doing something. I'm done. I ain't fighting over you. I ain't doing none of that. Like I'm not gonna rage war on a person, because to me, oh, I'm definitely going to war with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna rage
Yeah.
war over somebody that I don't even think deserve it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you don't deserve it. I think like with the wife, we all have played a fool. And if
Hmm.
and even just thinking about, if you literally like think about the songs that she was making, she was she because to me in my mind, like she was a comfortable side chick.
Well, there's a
Wait, who
lot
you
of
talking
women
about?
like that though. There's a lot of women that prefer to
Wait, who you
mess
song?
with
What song?
to mess with
Having a man is better than having no man at all. So I'm just gonna take what I got and
yes,
work
there's a
with
lot.
it.
Listen, there's a lot of people I know that say they would rather deal with a man who is married than to deal with a single guy. So I say, well,
What?
why would you say that when you know that he's already promised all of this to this other person? And
Well,
they say, because I can send his ass home. I don't have no kids by him. I don't have to do all of the stuff the wife
Mm.
does. And all I want is the fun part, the drinking. And then if, and I'll talk if it's an imaginary word. So if he drop a couple dollars off, I'm good with that. But if he don't, I got this. I got that. I'm doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that a lot of people in low income
Mm.
housing say, cause I got a house. Girl, that ain't your house.
Oh,
You
what?
occupy a
At
unit.
all?
But
Right.
that's their mentality. You feel what I'm
well,
saying?
Mm. Yeah.
see, like for me, I dated a married guy before, right? Well, actually twice. right? One was a long time
Miss
ago.
Parker, you is a trap.
Knowingly,
Knowingly, listen. Let me tell you something. This is my truth, and I'm
beat
living
your
my truth.
ass.
So a long time ago, yes, I did. And let me tell you something.
You need a whooping.
He used to buy my. I'm talking about this dude. The first time I dated married dude. Baby, when I tell you, he used to buy like clothes, like you know how they sell hot clothes and stuff like this. This was like 15, 20 years ago. It was a long time ago. Yeah, it had to be about 20, 25 years ago. It was a long time ago. Anyway, um, he used to bring me boxes of clothes. He used to bring me in like this, and I like that. Guess what? I didn't have to wash your clothes. I didn't
See?
have to worry about you. You
Yep.
came when I wanted to see you. You always made sure I had money. You always made sure I was
See?
good. Like just didn't. I was good with the position that I played. I was okay with that. And
Right.
then the second time, y'all, it was a pastor.
Oh, yeah, you need a whooping.
Hey, Miss Parker is the truth.
He was a pastor, right? And let me tell you something. He wanted to leave. The reason why I broke it off is he wanted to leave his wife, and I can't have that.
He got too deep for you, and shit got too deep for you.
Yeah,
The
talking
rabbit
about,
hole went real
listen,
deep that
talking about,
time.
I want to leave her so that me and you can be together. Nigga, what? And I gotta see
What?
you every day? No, sir.
See, he wasn't playing his position. My problem with the side hoes is like play your position. Like you should never want to be upset with me. Like
Listen, this fool wanted to leave his wife. That's when I broke it off. You know what? You know what I had to do? And I'm going to tell y'all straight up. This is what I had to do because I wanted to end the relationship. So what I did was I literally, I had to quit the church. I had to quit going to that particular church
Right.
because he went there and he was a pastor there. So in order for me, nigga, I respect your wife enough that I'm gonna leave you alone. You see what I'm saying? Because I seen her laid out at the altar crying for her husband and stuff like that, and I be sitting there like, nigga, you better have my weekly allowance. I had a weekly allowance. That nigga, let me tell you something.
ooh.
I loved it. I loved it. That nigga gave me a weekly allowance, paid car note, insurance, all of that. Up to my weekly allowance was good. I didn't have to worry about nothing. Didn't want to be bothered with him when I ain't want to. You know what I mean? Like,
I know exactly
nigga,
what you're saying.
I said I'm gonna help him by leaving him alone. And what I had to do was honestly, y'all, I had to leave this church. I had to leave the church. That is how I got rid of him. Sus, I you
Jody
you
Town
have to
said
leave
that's a business. She said that's a business arrangement. What?
Well,
it
I feel like
Both of
I,
them
I
going
feel
in
like
here.
why
Both of
be mad?
y'all going in here.
I feel like why be mad at somebody for the decisions and the choices that they make for themselves? Why
I
be mad at them? Just give it to them.
Wait, say
If
that
if
again.
Why be mad at somebody else about the decisions and choices
Hmm.
they make for themselves? So I say that to say, if Miss Parker had to leave the church because she wanted to leave the situation, she removed herself out of the situation. Nobody should be upset with her about the decision she made for herself. That was going to better herself. Just like with the married men. When the married men go out and cheat or whatever, what am I get ready to be mad at my husband for? Because he felt like going out and cheating and having someone on the side was best for him. Now I need to make the best decision for me. Yeah, I heard somebody giggling to keep kid because once I start making the best decisions for me, it's gonna put you in your same feelings just like I was in mine when you were making those horrible decisions for you.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
So,
baby. Because you know, like in the church, you know how sometimes they have like pastor assistant. So even though like the main pastors, they have like it be other pastors and ministers inside of the church. So if the pastor going out of town, you know, the pastor preaching stuff like that or whatever, right? And so no, he was a minister in the church. So it's you know what I mean? Like I held the position too in the church. So in order, what I did was because I knew that I wasn't gonna leave him alone if I stayed. I may cut him off now, but that nigga, you know, babe, I got my $500-$600 for you. You know, I make sure the kids spray. You know, I love a nigga that love the kids. You know what I mean? And that's gonna make sure I'm sprayed. You throw them couple $100, and I'm ready to let's go out to dinner. Bitch, I'm always hungry.
facts.
So
You know
since
what
we
I mean?
told my church, since we
So
told my church is one of his exes. I mean, I'm sorry, one of his friends became a pastor. So I had brung the baby to church one Sunday, and the next Sunday, the pastor was like, "Nikki, where your baby? Where the baby at? Where your baby at?" So I was like, "What baby?" Because I don't have no kids, so it was kind of like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So I said, "What?" I said, "What baby?" He was like, "Your baby," and I
what
was
the
like,
baby?
"What baby?" And he was like, "You and his baby." I said, "No, that's his
Live,
baby, not my baby." And his eyes got so big, and I was like, "Now talk to your friend." I walked away.
live.
You didn't even tell him.
What hallway did you see the pastor walking down? Your hallway
Huh?
in the house. Look at the chat. What hallway as a kid I used to wake up and see the pastor walking down the hallway late at night? What hallway in your
What?
house? What a hallway was. See what I'm saying?
And where was your mom's room at in that hallway?
See what I'm saying? You take the picture. Take the picture.
I
Let me
ain't gonna
say
lie,
this.
I'm very judgmental. If I catch my test cheating, I don't want to be under him no more. I'm not the type to be like, oh, he's a man of God, man. Have him. Ain't my past.
Let me
Told
tell
you,
you.
Miss Parker. Look at the chat, Miss Parker. What I just say?
Oh,
How
come
close
on, I'm
was
in
that?
tech.
See what I'm saying? But what I'm okay, and then the thing is this, right? Like I got so convicted to the point that I said, you know what? I'm gonna help him and I'm gonna help me, and I am going to remove myself, right? Because I know that if I didn't remove myself, I was gonna keep getting that money. You know what I mean? So I had to remove myself because he wanted to leave her, and I wasn't okay with that because now it's beginning to dawn on me that listen, you literally for to break up this home. I ain't trying to break you up because I only want to
Oh,
see you maybe like twice a month. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to break up. I just want your money, and I want you to continue to pay my bills. Whatever he did for her, he did for me. You know what I mean? But the only thing is that I didn't have to. I didn't have to wash his clothes or put up with his mess. You know what I mean? Live might
And he
not
can't.
even.
And he can't stay the night every night. He gotta go home.
He can't stay the night at all because listen, no. We went out of town and got rooms because what we not finna do is you not finna come around my kids. Now
Right.
I have to explain to my kids what you didn't see what Leah said. She wake up in the middle of the night, this nigga walking through the hallway.
Right. Right.
Ain't finna
Right.
happen. Ain't finna
They-
happen.
Right.
You gotta go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. So when y'all went to them hotels, he told his wife them was business trips.
I don't know what he told her. That wasn't my business. didn't care what he told her because I was a single woman. I didn't have to tell nobody nothing. You know what I mean?
And that's how a lot of these people feel nowadays. They feel like, that's on them and their relationship. You know
Take
what I'm
the
saying?
picture.
You the
I'm
first lady
sorry.
now, Miss Marketing. You the
See
first
it?
lady.
I ain't doing it. See, I'm just not like what really got me is one day we was having prayer, right? It was a night that we used to go for prayer, and you could pray, everybody, you do your own thing, whatever, right?
Right.
I seen that lady laid out crying about her husband.
How did you feel about that? Knowing
I'm
knowing the
sorry,
part
I had a phone
knowing
call.
the part that you played in it. How
I
did you
didn't
feel
play a
about it?
part. I didn't play a part because that wasn't my relationship. You see
No,
what I'm
but you
saying?
no
I didn't
no no
owe
no
no
no no no
respect.
no no wait,
I
hold.
didn't I didn't owe her nothing. You see what
No,
I'm saying?
I'm not saying that I didn't say you
Okay,
owe her anything. I'm just saying, how did you feel seeing this woman down on her knees crying, right? Knowing the part that you play and saying that you knew who what you was doing with her husband. To see her that emotional and that upset and calling upon her God to give her some closure. How did that make you feel?
No ways tied. But
I knew she was gonna say that.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel because the thing is this. I didn't owe her anything in their relationship. He did, right? But I said I'm going to help him in her by removing myself. You see what I'm saying? I cut him
Okay,
off and I removed myself from the church because I didn't. I'm gonna help you be faithful, and he probably didn't. He probably wasn't faithful because nigga, I know other people you was talking to, but I said what I'm going to do. I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna remove me. You see what I'm saying?
okay. So let me say this. You know how just a few minutes ago we was talking about the other woman. You just said you ain't owe him or her anything. You that wasn't your relationship. So why do you want to fight the other woman? Because
Well,
she don't owe you anything.
she don't. She
See?
don't. But what I'm saying is, I will be upset. You see what I'm saying? And see, when I get upset, somebody got to feel my pain. And so, because let me tell
That's
you
when y'all
something.
beat him up.
Let me tell you what I did. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened one day, right? Let me tell you what I did. This girl kept calling my boyfriend phone, right? So
Hmm.
what I used to do is when he go to sleep, because he get hot in the bitch, he don't ate, bitch don't went to sleep. So what I used to do is I used to sneak his cell phone, and I would go in the bathroom, not knowing who the numbers are, but I would hit
Uh-huh.
send and call the number. And when they answer the phone, I hang up. And I just do it again. I just kept doing it. So all the numbers in his phone, I hit send, call the number. When they say hello, bitch, I hung up. So then you know what they're gonna do, right?
Call back.
So then I answer the phone. Hello. What the hell you got his phone for? I say, so you the little bitch that be calling my nigga all the time, huh? Well,
Ooh.
he only with you because you pregnant or this and this and that. And I told her, I said, girl, if you believe that, you a fool. I said, but I tell you what, I said, I'm gonna put his phone right where I found it at, and I guarantee you this. I said, I don't have to be to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I guarantee you this, he will not talk to you until after I go to work. You can call him as many times as you want to. He is not going to pick up that phone. She said, okay, bet. I said, and I get off of work at 1 o'clock. So I guarantee you, you can only talk to him between after 9 and before 1. The 1 o'clock, you call that phone, he ain't picking up that phone. She said, we'll
Mhm.
see. Okay. So of course, I don't turn the phone off, ease my ass back in the bed, put the phone up under him. So she tried to call, right? I'm laying there like I'm watching TV, like I'm kind of like sleep a little bit. So he look at the phone, hit ignore, put it down. She called him right back. Ignore, put it down. She called him again. He did like this. He hit ignore and powered that bitch all the way down. Baby, I thought it was so funny. I thought it was so funny. Then the next morning, she went to blowing his phone up. I don't got up. I don't cook this nigga some eggs, bacon, this and this and that before he paid me to work, right? I don't cook him breakfast. And I said, babe, your phone is ringing. Your phone is ringing. He looked at that bitch, ignore, ignore. All the way. It's 9 o'clock, right? So we sitting in front of my job. I see the bitch calling, right? So I said, he talking about, you gotta get out. You're gonna be late for work. And I was like, I know, babe, but I be missing you, just trying to figure out a way to stay in the car, right? For a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Then I get out, I kiss him bye, go take my ass to work. 1 o'clock comes. His ass is in front, going up. Close that door. He in front of the job. So I come out and his phone go to ringing. I look at him, he look at me, he said, you know what, you a motherfucker. And I said what I did. Because he knew that he could not tell me what I did
Right.
without knowing about this girl. So
Right.
I was like, what I did? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up? And he was like, nothing, nothing. He kept saying nothing. It's so funny. So later on that night, right? The nigga go to sleep. She called again. This me. Hello. She was like, okay. He didn't pick up the phone. I said, I'll tell you another thing. I spent your income tax money. She was like, oh no, y'all gonna give me back my money. I said, girl, I ain't giving you shit. If you dumb enough to give a man your money, that's on you. I said, but what you should be able to spend your tax return money on you and your kids. But if you don't know how to spend the money on you, I'm gonna spend the money on me. You know what I'm saying? I said, and I spent every dime of it too. And we split it. I said, but you have a good night. Keep fucking with him. I said, keep fucking with him and thinking that you winning because you not. Let me take this nigga back his phone because my man sleep. And we up here sleep and we got a baby on the way. I ain't got time to be dealing with you. She's smart. I'm going to come to your house. You going to give me my money. I say, well, bitch, don't you know we stay? Because if you don't, tell him to tell you how to get here. Because you ain't getting no money from him and you ain't getting no money from me. Hung that phone up, put the phone back up under his ass. She tried to call him. He looked at me. He said, man, baby, your ass is crazy as hell. And I said, yeah, I know. I be told. You know, I was told that once or twice. Once or twice. Did spend her money. I was about 7-8 months pregnant. That was funny as hell to me. I thought it was funny as hell. Did spend the money.
What you would have said when he said, yeah, when he called you crazy, he said you crazy as hell.
Hell yeah.
What you would have said when you said what I do? And if he would have been like, you know, you told that girl.
I would have beat his ass. I promise you, I would have beat his ass. Listen, because let me tell you, what I would do is if he make me mad, I would literally wait for him to go to sleep because you know you can't beat. I know I couldn't beat her, right? I would wait till he go to sleep. And I remember I like, you know how you straddle their ass, you get on top of them. I got that hand, put it up under my leg, and grab his other hand so that he couldn't move it. Slapping the shit out of his ass. That nigga woke up trying to get his bearing, and he couldn't move his hand. I said, you motherfucking play with me. You gonna stop playing with me. Listen. Oh, I'm crazy than a motherfucker. I don't give a shit. Pop that nigga slip, whoop his ass.
Did you see the video of that girl? Her man was laying on the couch and she bopped them. She set up the camera and then she bopped him in the head with the pan. And she was like, "You're taking out me!" And she jumped on him. She was beating him up. And she was like, "I'm so taking out of your chin on me. You still, I said, damn it. Bop them real good. I said,
See, I
oh
believe
shit.
if you keep
But
enduring those type of
she pissed me off because
situations.
she dropped the pot.
Was it the
You said
Georgia
what?
woman?
Wait, he dropped the
No, I
pot.
don't know who I don't know who the girl is.
He dropped the pot, and then what happened? She went crazy and beat him. What happened?
No, she bopped him in the head with the pen, and then she dropped it and jumped on him and started swinging with her fist. I said she should have kept the pen.
Oh, so she was screaming, "I'm sick of you cheating on me."
Ye-
So I
Yes,
just, yeah, I just believe that spirit, whoever, whatever God you believe in, they give you what is called intuition, and spirit gives
yeah.
you signs and synchronicities to stay away or get out of situations, or like Miss Parker said, I'm going to help you by getting the fuck up out of here. I just think that when a person denies that, when because there's people that know that they should get out of situations, and it's not serving them at all. And I just feel like when you're saying,
Right.
"Oh no, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to continue to hurt this lady. I'm going to continue to take this man's money because I can," that is called a selfish act. And when you try to come up off of somebody else's downfall, you lose. Karma
Well,
is a karma is a bad motherfucker. You
I think
understand what I'm saying?
this is how I see it, right? I feel like whatever energy, it depends on how you want to see it. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can get biblical, we can get like, if people don't believe in the Bible and they believe in something else, whatever energy that you put out, you're gonna
Right.
get that energy back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's like whatever you do, it's a recycle. You're gonna get it back. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And the Bible says, "What's done it." What? Wait, how the Bible said? Um, how the Bible said? The Bible say,
What's done in the dark?
"No, it comes to the light." They ain't in the Bible. I would say that, but they ain't in the Bible.
Shit, it should be. I
Well,
thought
the
it was.
Bible
What the Bible
definitely
said?
say you will reap what you
You
sow.
sow. That's it. That's it. That's it. You will
You
reap
will
what you
reap
sow.
what you
Okay,
sow.
that's in the Bible, right? But if you don't want to believe the Bible, if you're an energy person, right? Whatever energy that you put out, you're gonna get that same energy back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I just
Absolutely.
think that if you put out good energy, then you're gonna receive good energy back. You know
And
what I'm saying?
if you
So
have good intent, you're going to get good energy back. But if you
right.
sit there and viciously step on people, manipulate and use people to come up, you will have a downfall. Now, I don't know what that downfall could be. It could be a
No.
billion of
Whatever.
things.
No. Whatever energy that you put out, you're gonna get that energy back. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
So
I say that
so
because a
if you
lot of people
cheat,
look
you're
at
gonna get
money.
cheated on.
Well, a
If
lot of people look at money as being the victor. So if they got money, then they're cool. Well, people from my era learned Michael Jackson had a lot of money, and there was nothing cool about this man. Up here, up
okay.
here. So
Hmm.
I that's why I say, I said what I said, but it's crazy. People don't believe that the energy that they put out there, they're going to receive that back. And just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do that thing.
Right.
Right, but what like the
Right.
thing is that we're all a work in progress, right?
Absolutely.
My father-in-law taught me, because he's a bishop, right? My father-in-law is a bishop, and he taught me that as long as you can look up and you see clouds, you're not perfect. Because when you look up and you can see the heavens, that means you have been made perfect. So if you look up and you see clouds, you ain't perfect. So none of us is perfect. All of us, that just like certain certain churches and pastors, they like to preach about certain things, right? They like to talk about homosexuality or something like that. They don't want to talk about lying and fornicating. Why? Because they having sex with them females in the church, or they doing something else. People love to stay away from the subjects that does not involve them. You see what I'm saying? They love, like, if a pastor is cheating, you ain't gonna see them talking about fornication. You ain't gonna they gonna stay on homosexuality. They gonna stay on. You better stop lying. No, you better stop sleeping with the girl. Like, nigga, what?
Right.
So it's like people stay away from the stuff that hurts them. You see what I'm saying? And what we have to do is we have to be honest. You have to be honest with who you are and where you are in your life. You cannot fix anything if you can't be honest with yourself. So I always tell people, the first, like, what I did is I go in the bathroom, I close the door, and I be like, you know what? You got a nasty ass attitude. You jiked up. You mean as shit. Like, literally, you have to be honest with yourself, because you can't change anything if you can't be real with the person and be real with who you really are. You know what I'm saying? That's just like your friends trying to tell you, oh, well, you know you da 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 da, and you like, that ain't me. I wouldn't do that. I'm honest. I can literally be honest and say what I did. Yeah, I was messing with him. I
Me
liked the
too.
money. I liked it a couple of other things. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have to walk with nothing. You see what I'm saying? But then when I saw her on that altar and she was crying out, I was like, you know what? You dead ass wrong. You need to leave this lady husband alone. And then I said, you know what?
And that's why I asked you the question that I asked you.
I'm
How
gonna
did
help
you feel?
her. I'm gonna help her because I knew I'm gonna help her. Because I knew he wasn't gonna stop messing with me if I didn't want to stop messing with him. Hell, he was ready to leave her. He wanted a divorce. He was like, I've been wanting you before I married her. But I know I didn't want him. You know what I mean? I didn't want him. He ain't my type. You know what I mean? I like them thug ass niggas. You know what I mean? Like, I love a good nigga with a good gunshot wound or some stab wounds. I love him.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I love him. Can't do without him.
Not a good stab wound, Miss Parker.
Please. A good stab wound, a good, a thug ass nigga. That's what, that's what I like personally. You see what I'm saying? So it just, for me, I just had to do what I needed to do to help her and him, because I knew that I knew he started messing with somebody else in there. You see what I'm saying? But I knew it wasn't going to be me. You know what I mean? Because one thing about a person is you can't change a person if they're not ready to change. You can't do anything for them. You can only fix you. You can't fix nobody else. You can talk to me till I'm blue in the face and say what I need to do. But until I get tired and I want to do it, that's the only time.
You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
That's real. They say I'm talking. I'm serious. Like, whenever you have to literally look in that mirror and be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. And you have to, because you can't fix anything until you can be real with yourself. You see what I'm saying? And so if you're not ready to fix anything, if you're not ready to be honest with who you are, because some people, they need to literally be like, you know what? You're a liar. You need to stop lying. You need to stop, but they have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. You see what I'm saying? And literally, I did it to help them because I kind of liked the money. Everything was good, but I decided to help them. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew I'm dead serious. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. So you got to. I have to be real with myself. I'm telling you. Liz, say be honest. I'm telling you. Wait, let me see. Oh, it just, I don't know. Like, for me, I just say it just. I tell people this. Like, once I got had, like, for 4 years, I didn't date anybody. I had to date myself. You see what I'm saying? And once I dated myself for a couple of years, and fixed me, because I don't think that if you're not healed and made whole, you shouldn't be dating nobody else, because what you're doing is, because this is the thing. When you are broken and you're getting in a relationship with another broken person and you begin to get healed and whole, you're going to look at that person like, what the hell wrong with you for? What am I going to marry this nigga? What am I with him? We are nothing alike. But guess what? You was broken. And if you would have taken the time to heal, you wouldn't even be in a relationship with that person. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I can heal and get my standards up and just say, okay, I'm not going to tolerate this, and that. If you can't only be with me and only love me, maybe we can't be in a relationship, because I'm not sharing anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you going to come home and you going to pay bills and you going to like, and like, you literally have to sit down and just say what you will sell, what you ain't going to sell, and build yourself up, because then broken furniture will stop being attracted to you. Broken men won't be attracted to you, because when they try to holler at you, you'll be like, cute, I'm good. Oh, well, me and my wife, we married on paper, but we ain't together. Cute.
Oh, no.
I'm good. You see what I'm saying? You will begin to see more clear. You will begin to value who you are, because you know who you are. You know your self-esteem will be better. You know that you deserve so much better. You know what I mean? You're beautiful. God created you marvelous in his image. You deserve somebody that's going to love only you. You deserve somebody that's going to treat you as a queen. You deserve somebody that's only going to want to come home to you. You don't have to tolerate all of that. And that's what I had to do. Like, you remember the saying, y'all remember the saying, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and my son was talking the other day, and my son was like, Mama, to me, that means so much more. Like, when I say sweep around your own front door, I'm talking about I got to clean me up first. And I was like, that's exactly what it is. You have to clean you up. You can't worry about what nobody else got going on. Didn't care. That's why I said, we ride it down, like, what we doing? Because I promise you, I probably we would have fight that girl. You better be glad, nigga, we weren't friends. I would have been like, yeah. What's the baby mama name? ... Because in my eyes, I would have been trying to go get her.
What you gonna do? Beat the baby out of?
I would have been trying to go get her, and I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. We ride at dawn. What's up? We riding at dawn. When we going to get her? Oh, she don't have that baby. Oh yeah, it's time to get her. Oh, it's time to get her. We ride at dawn.
And the thing is with me is like, I don't feel like I needed to beat her ass because I wasn't leaving him. So to do all of that and still stay with him, like, that don't make sense to me.
That's true.
Because he's the one that should be getting the repercussions of his actions. But
But you absolutely right though, Nikki, and I applaud you with your situation, because you handled it much better than I would have handled it. I wouldn't handle it like that. I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
Oh, you handled it like a woman. I would have handled it like a child. Just to be honest, I wouldn't have handled it like no woman. I would have handled it like a child, a teenager. Bitch, I would have been fighting and raging.
Girl, you know, I said that yesterday. Like, she way more woman than me, because I would have lost every card in the deck. What you say? You know, that's how you know I'm getting ready to snap out. When I say, what you say? Because my brain is rolling now.
It's processing.
Girl, then them emotions kick in and I'm windmilling like a motherfucker. I'm windmilling. So I applaud you too, Nikki, because in my situation, I just couldn't. I couldn't. You know what I mean? I don't want to be bothered with you. Don't say nothing
Yeah.
to me. We don't got nothing to talk about.
But
I'm
that's
tell just leave me the hell alone. That's the best thing to do right now.
Okay, so look, let me so D, your question is, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. You said, now what do you do when you're single? And he told you that he was single, and now you don't found out that he has a whole family. How do you heal from that? So I'm gonna say
ooh,
this.
ooh.
I had me and this guy, we used to talk a long time ago, right? But then I got married to my husband and he got married to his wife, and it was just that. You know what I mean? He went his way, I went my way. And so it was some years later, we ran into each other. And he said, "So what's going on with you? You still with old boy?" And I was like, we divorced. Like, I ain't with him. You still married? No, I'm divorced too. And I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Let's hook up. Let's hang out." Da 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 da. Long story short, start hooking up with him. Got pregnant with my twins.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, he was lying. Him and his wife was still together.
Mm.
So now you got to
Yeah.
explain to your family how you get these twins, because they here. You see what I'm saying? You lie.
Yeah.
I didn't lie. You lie. And lie. So
How did he handle it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. What happened is we kind of like, I don't. I mean, my twins was here. I don't know. Never talked to his wife, and his wife ended up passing away a couple of years ago. And they got 4 kids. They got kids together,
Oh wow.
and I never I don't know what happened with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he ever told her about my twins. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But everybody in the family knew about them. So I'm only assuming that, she may have found out somehow, but that's not my responsibility. You see what I'm saying? Your lie
Yeah.
has nothing to do with me. I didn't lie, you did. That's something you got to work on. That's something you got to do. If you decide to continue to be with that person, I don't know. I will have to know what the scenario is. I can't really say what to do, because I did you marry? Like, did you have kids with him? Like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, you got to give us more. You got to tell us more.
So let me just say this
Yeah.
to answer the question. I feel like if I met a person and I'm single and they're saying that they are single, and then I find out that they have another family, that means that they've been with that person before me. So what we have built was on a false foundation. It's almost like a contract.
Yeah.
You have now broken the contract
Right.
because I'm finding out you got 17 kids with this woman you've been with for 20 fucking years, whatever the situation is. I don't know. I just made that up. But
Okay. That was
whatever,
a big number.
I was going to say 109. But what I'm saying is, whatever your situation is, when me and you met and we sat down and we talked, you couldn't even keep it real with me from the door. So
Mhm.
going any further with
Right.
that person, that you can just count on, they're going to tell you some more lies. Because at the beginning, they couldn't keep it real. So it's a false foundation. And if you're going through that, I don't know how many years that you have involved. I would definitely say um, you can do a pros and cons because again, feelings
No,
get
it
involved.
was a hypothetical.
Okay, well, if it's a
It was a
hypothetical question,
hypothetical question.
I would just feel like it's based on a false foundation, and I would just remove myself out of that because you can bet your acorn self he's gonna lie again.
Of
And that
course.
the next
Oh, of
time,
course.
that lie is gonna be way bigger than the little lie, because he didn't have to lie to you from the gate. He should have gave you the option whether you
Right.
wanted to deal with that or not.
See, that's a lot of men problems. They feel like, well, I know why they feel like it because a lot of women can't take the truth. But with somebody like me, I cannot answer that question truthfully because I ain't never been in it. What I will hope that I do is what y'all said and leave. However, I don't know.
Well, I can say
But
when I found out that they were still together, and to me, I felt like I was coming in between their family. You see what I'm saying? Because
Right,
now
yeah,
we have kids together.
right,
So now I have a family with you. You see what I'm saying? And so
right,
I didn't want to be in that situation, but we're here now. You see what I'm
right,
saying? We're here. So the only thing that I can do is not mess with them no more.
right,
yeah. See, my thing is like I think I would for how what my standards are. Like I respect marriage so much. Like when people are married, like I'm not prancing around your husband. I barely want to give his ass a hug. So if they married, yeah, I think I would leave because although I don't want to be married, I respect marriage to the fullest.
I do too. And this
I
is the
try.
thing, right? You can only respect what they're showing you. You see what I'm
right,
saying? Now,
Yeah,
if this person is claiming to be single and you know absolutely nothing about that, it's not your fault. Like I'm
right,
not gonna own that because that's not on me. He gotta explain where you get these
right,
kids from. And then if she's accepting to all of these outside kids, then it goes to like a respect that he has for their marriage. You see what I'm saying?
right.
I don't have to explain anything. He do. That's your relationship. You have to explain that. I don't have to
absolutely,
explain anything, and I'm not going to explain anything.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and stamp that with a stamper, please.
Hey y'all, I want to show y'all something. Remember we found this last night? I thought this was so funny.
Don't you play that damn movie, that video. I no. Why do y'all show her stuff?
Taking you to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm back with my wife and my family. You know, I treated you like a daughter. You my stepdaughter. You're not my real daughter, but I'm back with my family. I'm sorry. No more Chuck E. Cheese, none of that. I miss my family. I'm back with my family.
Lord.
Me and your mama, we ain't together no more. I ain't taking you to Chuck E. Cheese no more. I'm back with my own family.
No more Disneyland. I'm gonna go ahead and be with my family and take care of my family.
You and your family, bitch.
Nikki said, Nikki said, well, how that little girl know how to cuss like that?
Now
Yeah,
that's the real question. Bullshit.
yeah. She heard that a lot because she put the cuss words in the right area.
Well, this was definitely a good
D,
laugh, Miss Parker.
you want to come up, D? I dropped the link for you. You still ain't came up. Why haven't you came up, D? I dropped the link for you twice because I really feel like you can add so much to the conversation. Why haven't you came up?
I wish we could get a male's perspective. I wish a male would
I was
come
just
up.
reading her.
Let me see.
Who? Oh, a man. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could get a male's perspective. That would be nice.
Let me see if I can get one. family, bitch. That shit so fucking.
Lord.
Y'all know. Y'all can't tell me shit. I'm telling you right now. Y'all know y'all can't. We gonna have to get one. I'm gonna have to get one. I just don't know any that I don't know any that did it. That actually, you know what I'm saying? That did that. So I don't. I
Well,
really
they
don't
they
know.
may not have, but they might know a man that has.
Yeah. What's our next topic that we got when tomorrow? What is our next topic? I forgot. Nikki, I know you know.
I'm trying to think.
You see how I put that on Nikki that bad, that fast? Nikki, I know you know.
Such a troublemaker.
I am not. I remember we talked about it. We did it in order. We said we was gonna talk about the relationship first, and then
Yeah, I'm trying to go look for it.
I am too. You in the chat? I'm looking in there too. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to think. Damn, we talk a lot.
All the time. Missing an hour in the chat room. We backed up.
Listen, listen. I'm going back, and I'm just realizing, like, well, goddamn, we talk a lot. You know what I mean? But that was it that I have. Y'all wanna oh, Nikki, then you say you already watched Beverly Hills. I often say y'all wanna go this way and watch Beverly Hills Cops. Which one of y'all
No,
seen
I
it
never
already?
seen it. No, Tequila says she's seen it. I never seen it.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go to Discord. We feel put that on. Um, any final thoughts so we can get up out of here?
Only thing that I would say is to everybody in the chat, put yourself first, love yourself first, and it in any situations, whether it is platonic or a love situation, a work situation, a spiritual situation, heal yourself first. Everybody's journey is going to be different. Where somebody
Okay.
can heal in a day, it may take you a year. Heal yourself. Take your time. And don't be forced to do anything that you don't want to do. Love you.
Love you too, sis. Nikki.
Um, why you so good at that, Jackie?
I don't know.
Her closes be so good. What the hell? How the hell I follow behind
That's
that?
all I got too. Put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to put yourself first. And I know that's hard to do because as women, we're so used to putting everybody else above us. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes
Yep.
to relationships, just like a relationship is not, it should be 50-50. You shouldn't be putting in all the work. It shouldn't be 80-20 or 70-30. The relationship should come 50-50. And if a person is not meeting you or giving you that respect that you feel that you need to heal and work on yourself until it's time to go. Right. You need to heal and work on you until you find somebody that is ready to love you the way that you need to be loved. Don't accept anything. As women, we can't accept anything. So
Okay. So, and mine is we all go through different things. Handle it the best way you know how to handle it. Don't let nobody get in your ear and want to ride at dawn if that's not what you want to do. But y'all say y'all commend me, or yeah, because I stayed and I handled it the way I handled it. But I honestly, I tell like I don't tell my friends, oh, you need to leave him. I would never be that type of person. But I think it's more stronger when you do. up in me and don't deal with this shit. So that's why I call the young and dumb. Young, call myself young and dumb. But I commend the women that can walk away when it happens to them. And long as that's what y'all want to do, then you do it. Don't let nobody dictate or make you feel bad about your decision.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
Love
I heard a
yourself.
lot of people that, and it's probably something I would say too, like, oh, yeah, I had a baby on her, she's stupid. No, well, that's one thing I ain't never said. I ain't never called a bro stupid. In my teenage years, I did, but once I turned 18 and got my first relationship, then all that came to me was like, oh, this is something different. Like when you love somebody, sometimes you deal with the dumbest stuff or the
That's true.
weakest. You feel like a weak link because of your love for the person,
That's
and
true.
it's like, I don't know. I'm just glad I left that nigga.
I I just think that we have to love ourselves and it's important. Like you gotta love yourself. Loving yourself,
Yeah,
and set standards for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
if you are the old saying go, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So you have to set standards for yourself. It's just certain things that I'm not going to tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I
Right.
will be by myself, but I am not going to just tolerate anything.
And
I'm not
set you
going to
some
tolerate.
boundaries.
Exactly. I'm not going to tolerate a man disrespecting me. That's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So love yourself, set boundaries.
Oh,
Go ahead, sis.
when you just said that, it something registered to me. So with that second, I mean, with that person, his first baby mother, he talked to like trash. He called them bitches, called her a bitch, everything. So when we got into our first argument, I didn't notice at that time, but when we got into our first argument over the phone, he called me a bitch, and woo, oh, I went off and I said, I don't know who allowed you to talk to them like that, but I'm not allowing that. And that was the first and last time.
Well, you know, they always say you have to pay attention to people relationships. Like when you pay attention to how a man relationship is with his mother. And
And
vice
his
versa
daughters.
for a man,
Uh,
when you're dating a woman, pay attention to her relationship with her father. If they don't have a relationship or a good relationship with their mother, it's impossible for them because their mother is the first love. And if they treat the first love like what they gonna do to you, you
yeah.
see what I'm saying? So you have to pay attention to. Don't let red flags go. Don't you see, and that's something like don't. I would never say, oh, overlook da 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 da. No, don't do that. Don't overlook nothing. Pay attention. Pay attention to the red signs. You have to pay attention.
And when you
And
see those
sometimes
red
we see them
flags,
red flags that's pink.
and when you see those
we
red
we turn them
flags,
pink for
and
our convenience.
and when
I
you
like
see
that.
and when you see those red flags, acknowledge them and deal with them on the spot. Do not let them go 2, 3, 4, 5 months down the line, 7 months, because then that person feels like, oh, well, I got away with it last time. So you can guarantee they're gonna do it again. And it's gonna be
Okay.
intensified.
So let me tell you what I do, right? Because of me. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is if I get super angry, like if a person, I don't care who it is, if they make me super, if I get really mad or hot, right? I just sometimes
Uh-huh.
I can't talk right then because I know whatever I say out my mouth is going to be lethal, right?
Right,
I have to allow myself, I put myself on timeout. You know what I'm saying? I just refuse to talk until I calm down. And it may not be that day, it may even be tomorrow where I come and say, hey, babe, can we talk about what happened yesterday? Because I kind of didn't like the way that went. So let's
right.
talk about it.
Yeah.
But I don't like to talk about it when I'm angry about it because it calls your emotions to be all over the place, and you can literally just blow a lid. So I have to wait till I calm down so that I can have that conversation. I don't like to have a conversation when I'm already angry. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What if their mother
Mhm.
is passed away at a young age? Then what you would do is you pay attention to the women that are in his life, his
Right.
aunties, his like uncles, aunties. Who is that female role model that he respects, and see how he handles that relationship, because it's a woman in there somewhere. You see what I'm saying? How does he have that relationship with them? How does
E-
she
Even
have
his
that relationship?
children. Even his children, if he had female daughters, see if he spend time with them, take them to the park, get them at the pool, or is he always telling them, I'll get you next weekend? Because if he's always passing his children off, he's going to pass you off. Oh, I can't do it this day, babe, but I can get to it next week. Notice the red flags and deal with
And don't let them turn purple, pink.
them.
Don't let the red flags be pink and just so. I
Right.
like that, Nikki. We're gonna have to get that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
We're gonna get a pink shirt instead. This is not a red flag. But I like that. But I'm just saying, like, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to understand that people, we're not raised the same. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
we was not
Yeah.
all taught the same. And sometimes, like, you have to sit down and discuss it, because something that is, I don't know, that you won't overlook. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? I believe every relationship is different. I believe that sometimes you got to sit down and have conversations and be like, nah, I'm not accepting dot 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 dot. I'm not accepting that,
Right.
and
Yeah.
give them the opportunity to change.
Right.
But if
Like
you
I
allow
like I
a
said
man to,
earlier, like
if
I
you
said
are
earlier, I'm one of those people that give you enough rope to hang yourself. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I'm gonna be there for you. As long
right,
as you ain't doing no outrageous things, I'm there. What you say? You need a ride to work? Take the car. Oh, what? You ain't got a couple dollars today? Don't worry about it. I got it. What? You hungry? I'll go down there and cook it. I'm gonna be there.
right.
But as soon as
Yeah.
you get there, as soon as I can recognize that you're there, I expect that same energy to be reciprocated back to me. I shouldn't have to ask you. I shouldn't have to beg you. I shouldn't have to talk to your mama, your woman, none of that. Because when you was going down that road, I was there.
And not
So
only that, like, you have to surround yourself with people, because sometimes I don't know if y'all ever heard this, but if you're the smartest person in your group, then you have outgrown your circle. You have to
absolutely.
always make
Yeah.
sure you surround yourself with people who can encourage you, people who can help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
Right.
Absolutely.
instance, when I say I'm riding at Dawn, if you don't want to ride, I ain't gonna make you ride. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
if you want to ride, I am down to ride too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it just,
And
I just
listen
think,
to your intuition. Your intuition is the strongest thing that you got. If you're driving down the street and something is telling you don't go that way, don't go. It's not going to kill you to go to the next light up and make the same left. Just don't do it. And then maybe when you get
Right.
home and you hear about that sinkhole that was on that street that you was about to turn down, you going to say, thank you, Lord, for telling me not to go down that street.
absolutely, absolutely. You gotta follow your first mind. Sometimes, and then you just, it's okay. Like, for me, I always say I never release anything out my mouth that's not under my foot. So you can never take what I say and use it over my head. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because whatever I release out my mouth, it's under my foot. Sometimes you got to deal with whatever you're dealing with in private. So that way, can't nobody use anything against you. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? I refuse to
Yeah.
let somebody take something that I thought that was hurting to me and then use it over my head. Because that's what they'll do. So, girl, I think it was cheating on you. Dot, 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 dot. Bitch, I told you that.
Yeah.
I told you that because I was hurting. And now you're trying to weaponize it against
Mm.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
be healed. That's why whatever T.S. Madison was trying to use over Tasha K head, he couldn't do it because it was already under Tasha K feet. She said, no, it didn't happen like
Right.
that. You see
She
what I'm saying?
been
Because
said the
that's what
story.
people would do. They will get mad and weaponize what you said and try to hurt you with your own words.
Yep.
Yep.
No, ma'am. Make sure that you are healed. Make sure that you deal with it. Make sure that you get you mind coming on camera for a minute? They want to talk. We got a question. We got a question for you. I had called my son, y'all. Y'all know I got a son at 32, right? So I had called him to ask him the question. He said, ask him the question. He gonna answer the question. He don't want to come on camera, so you can come over here. I'm gonna turn the camera so look, we not on camera, so that way you can hear the question. You gotta come hear the question. What was the question that we remember? We wanted a man perspective. What was the question?
We want to know why, if a man is in a relationship, he steps out and have sex unprotectedly with a woman and create a baby, and then expect the woman that he was with first to be by his side, accept the baby, and everything go back to normal.
I mean,
Y'all can hear him.
A little bit.
I feel like if a dude was to go outside of a relationship and start having sex unprotected, it's a boundary or a standard that she ain't even set as a woman,
Absolutely.
and he ain't even, you know what I'm saying, he trying to keep both at the same time. It's just pleasure for him, or ain't no telling what type of mindset he got. But I mean, if you got a dude that really, really love, he ain't gonna do that, period, because he ain't even trying to get no trace of you even, you know what I'm saying, getting caught up. He ain't even trying to get caught up because he ain't trying to lose what he got. So he
Right.
might did something that was impulsive as a man, but he don't really care nothing about her. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different, like, you gotta set that standard at the beginning.
But what if they didn't set the standards and it happens?
That's what I'm
So
saying.
what? Okay, so how would you then would you expect for her to try to stay with you, or would you at this point be saying, "Baby, I messed up. Can we please work this out?" Like if you made a mistake and the baby is already here now, the baby is already on the way. You see what I'm saying? The mistake is here. The baby, she 5-6 months pregnant, but you don't want to lose the one that you consider your wife. Now what?
I mean, Coretta Scott, Martin Luther King was cheating on her. Feel me? But I'm saying, but I'm just being real though. But get what she said. Get what she said though. You know
What?
what I'm saying? His dream is bigger than her feelings. Like his vision and what they got going on is bigger than her feelings. So she did what she had to do as a woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't really judge. You know what I'm saying? No,
You can't answer that.
yeah, that's the best answer I can give because it's what type of woman you want to be. Is you gonna sit there and say, "Oh, he made a mistake, so I ain't dealing with the nigga no more," or you gonna be like, "Okay, we're gonna fix it. Let's try to work this out. What do I do?" You know what I'm saying? Depends on who she. You know what I'm saying? Who she is.
But in a man's perspective, would you be looking for her to be by your side? Or would you respect her more if she said, I'm not dealing with this?
Y'all trying to get the dudes to do me in the kind, man. Don't get it the way wrong.
No,
Y'all ain't no dudes on here.
No, I'm
yeah.
saying though, but this, you know what I'm saying? I'm letting y'all into our mind, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
it's like,
Oh.
okay, listen,
Welcome to the
I
man of
feel
a
like
maniac.
I
A
feel like
street nigga. A street nigga. Yeah, we want you to tell us.
if I feel like if a dude was to want a woman like that that was gonna stick behind his back, and I'm gonna definitely show her signs that I'm willing to go as far as I can, you know what I'm saying, to let her know that I'm willing to keep her, and I want her to be the same way about me. Like it at
Okay.
least, you know what I mean, I at least be working on like whatever, like a a child, an engagement, or some type of commitment to let her know like that I'm really trying to be with her, and you know what I'm saying, how I feel. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if y'all not married, you're gonna try to lock it in just to let her know that
If you willing to,
if you
it's
willing
something
to
that I really,
accept the child
if
and
it's
you
something,
love me that
if
much and
it's
I messed up, I'm
go ahead, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, we can lock in. We go ahead and be together, you know what I'm saying? If we gonna forgive, we gonna rock. That's how we gonna be for each other. Ain't
Okay.
like that person, you know what I'm saying? Because it might be a time where we got to sit down, hold our head down. Like, oh man,
Oh,
you know,
y'all barely do that.
I'm
Let us
saying,
come home pregnant.
even
listen, listen. A nigga can be on cheated 100 times. That girl cheat one time.
Ooh,
I can't stay with you. What?
you could just get your number to a nigga and they be like, it's over. They be like, I ain't even go out with him.
Get your number. You can just be like, hey, how you doing? Why you talking to that nigga? You like that nigga?
y'all ain't finna crucify me back there.
He said,
No, I
y'all
like
ain't.
your answer and I thank you for your input.
I like his
I
answer
like this
too.
answer.
Yeah, I like his answer too. And what he says,
Basically, it was your
what
man gonna do what you allow.
yeah, what he says makes absolute sense. A man is going to look at you and he's going to assess what you're willing to accept, and then he's going to roll with it. And if he's really down with you, if he hurts you, he's going to do something to show you that I love you, I care about you, I fucked up, and let's move forward. So
It
what
was
he
a real
said,
mistake.
right. What he said made a lot of sense to me. I appreciate him coming up here and giving us that down south perspective. You know what I'm saying? On a man's perspective. That was good, Miss Parker. That was really good.
Yeah, I try to get him to come on here and talk with me sometimes, but I don't know. Couldn't get him before, but I appreciate you, Dre. Thank you. All right, so
Yeah, that was a good perspective.
ladies, we will talk in the so we finna get off of here, but I'm finna call y'all in the chat so that way we can chop it up. But I thank you everybody for coming through. I thank you for the likes, I thank you for the comments, I thank you for your input. What you doing?
That's a heart.
Oh, I saw somebody doing that on the thing and it made their thing do that, but I ain't got that set and I don't update my phone, girl. Oh, and I ain't on my phone, my dumb ass. Look, my phone right here. Let me see if I do it on my phone. What it do? Let me see.
You just did it.
It didn't do nothing though.
I seen it.
Did it do the
No, she
hearts?
talking about it's an emoji. No, it's like an
Oh, she trying to
Yeah,
emoji
do the
heart that
emoji
popped up.
heart.
yeah. I ain't got that. But hey, you know what, Gina? We gotta get your daddy up here while you playing. But that's another lie. But we are getting ready to get off of here. I will see y'all in the chat. I think if y'all want to watch a movie, we can do that too. But we can go ahead and log up out
Plead
of
the
here. I love
fifth.
y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Love you, great show.
Now you too.